Okay, let's talk about self-care. We hear that term everywhere, right? But what if we're getting it all wrong? Today, we're going to dig into a pretty challenging idea that sometimes what we're calling self-care is actually just a really nice word for avoidance. So, yeah, let's dive in.
You hear it all the time, don't you? Protect your peace. And that sounds great. I mean, who doesn't want peace? But here's the question. Is protecting your peace always the same as healing? Or could that deep desire for calm actually be a way to hide from something you just really don't want to look at?
All right, first up, let's tackle the self-care myth. You know, the version we see plastered all over social media.
You know the vibe. We're talking bubble baths, face masks, saying no to plans, maybe unplugging from your phone for a whole weekend. And look, those things can be amazing, don't get me wrong, but they're really only one tiny piece of a much, much bigger picture.
Okay, so this is where we really get to the heart of the matter. We're going to talk about peace versus avoidance. And believe me, the difference between them is subtle, but it is absolutely crucial.
I want you to really let this one sink in for a second. Not everything that feels peaceful is healing. Whoa, right? That quiet, comfortable feeling you get, it might just be a temporary fix. It might not be doing anything for your actual long-term growth.
And that's exactly why this whole peace thing can be so tricky. Sometimes protecting your peace is really just avoiding the truth. It's the quiet you get when you don't send that difficult text or you don't bring up that thing that's been bothering you. See, that's not real peace. That's just temporary silence.
The thing is, real healing, it isn't always soft. It's not always candles and cozy blankets. Sometimes it's hard. And when we use self-care as an excuse to just check out and disconnect, we might actually be abandoning ourselves at the exact moment we need to show up for ourselves the most. So this whole idea of avoidance can feel a little vague, right? Let's make it super concrete. Let's talk about what it actually looks like when it shows up in our lives. So, what can avoidance look like? I have a feeling some of these might ring a bell. Okay, let's break these down. Ghosting someone instead of actually communicating what's wrong, that's avoidance. Cutting people off completely instead of doing the hard work of setting a real boundary, that's avoidance too. Or how about this one? Pretending you're totally fine instead of letting yourself actually feel your feelings. And maybe the biggest one, calling yourself healed just so you don't have to take accountability for your part in something. See the pattern? They all give you that quick fix, that feeling of relief, but they completely sidestep the real work.
So if all of that is avoidance, then what on earth is real self-care? Well, let's redefine it. Let's find a much more powerful and way more honest definition. Here it is. This is the big shift. Real self-care is self-respect. It's not about finding ways to escape your life. It's about having enough respect for yourself to build a life you don't need to escape from. It's all about choosing the things that make you more honest, more grounded, just more you. So let's put these side by side. The myth, the one we're sold, is all about escape. It's about seeking comfort and just disconnecting. The reality? It's about integrity. It's about seeking honesty and making sure your actions line up with who you want to be. The goal totally shifts. It's not about feeling better right now. It's about becoming better overall. And yeah, even main character energy gets a makeover. Is it about making everyone else an extra in your movie? Or is it about stepping up and taking real ownership of your story? Big difference. And you know, sometimes healing, that real self-respect, it sounds like some really hard conversations. It sounds like saying, I was wrong, or hey, that really hurt me. It sounds like admitting, I need to change, or okay, I have to face this. And maybe the most important one, I can't keep abandoning myself. Because that's what it is, right? Choosing to face the hard stuff is the ultimate act of not abandoning yourself.
Okay, this all sounds good in theory, but how do we actually do it? How do we put this into practice in our real, messy lives? Let's walk through a super simple but really powerful action plan.
It really boils down to 3 steps. First, you just ask the question. Before you make a choice, big or small, you ask yourself, is this choice bringing me closer to myself, or is it helping me avoid myself? Step 2, face the truth. Be honest. What's one thing, just one, you've been putting off? And then step 3, take aligned action. Just commit to that single honest step. That's it. That's the whole game.
Now, facing the truth, yeah, it can get really uncomfortable. So if you start to feel overwhelmed, here's a practical little tool you can use. It's called slow eye movement. You just move your eyes slowly from left to right, then back again, all while taking some nice deep breaths.
It's a simple way to help your brain process feelings without getting totally swamped by them. Super helpful. So, we're going to leave you with one final question to think about. And remember, this is not about blowing up your whole life overnight. It's about being gentle and honest with yourself. So after all of this, what is the one truth, just one, that you're ready to face?